Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Chloe Alford for anyone new here. If you guys happen to scroll past my channel and you're liking the content, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I post next. But anyways, also another thing is please be a genuine subscriber. Don't subscribe and then unsubscribe in a minute or a few minutes or the next day. So if you happen to come across my channel, just look at what content I'm posting, and if you like the content, then and you want to see more of it, y'all can subscribe. But if you don't like the content on my channel, please don't subscribe and then unsubscribe if you don't want my content on your feed. But anyways, hopefully that didn't sound too harsh. But anyways, happy October 1st. So in this video, I'm going to be making some banana bread. So my mom requested some banana bread since we have very ripe bananas, and every time we have very ripe bananas like this, we tend to make banana bread, which is the best thing to make with bananas. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the ingredients with the measurements, and then we'll go ahead and go to our next step. Okay, so for your ingredients, you're going to need 1 cup of unsalted butter, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2 large eggs. Yeah, just any eggs. It doesn't matter, like white or brown or just, I don't know what it's going to say. But anyways, some vanilla extract. We're going to use a teaspoon of this. I already have 2 cups of all-purpose flour in this bowl, and then 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So I already have it measured in this bowl so I could better show you guys. And then our ripe bananas, which we're gonna go ahead and mash, and I'll be back once I mash those, and then we'll go to our next step. Okay, so after we have our bananas mashed to a nice consistency, we're going to go ahead to our next step. And our next step is going to be preheating our oven to 350 and then lightly grease our grease and flour on loaf pan and set aside. But I'm going to go ahead and do that later because I want the banana bread to be warm when my mom has it, and currently she's at work, so I'm going to go ahead and do that later on, before she comes home from work. So we're going to go ahead and skip that step for now. But anyways, we're going to go ahead to our next step. And for our next step, we're going to, it says in a large bowl, melt our butter and then let cool slightly, and then whisk in the sugar, the eggs, and vanilla. And then I'll just show you guys when we're doing it. So yeah. Okay guys, so I went ahead and melted our butter, and then I'm just gonna let it cool slightly before we go ahead into our next step. So I'll be back with you guys in a moment. Okay guys, so now that our butter is cooled down a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and transfer it to this big bowl. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. Hopefully this is a good angle for you guys. I am trying my best to give you the best angle so you guys can see what I'm doing. But anyways, I just put our butter in here, and now I'm going to go ahead and whisk in our cup of sugar like so. I'm just going to pour it in there. And then our eggs. I'm going to go ahead and crack this in a different bowl, so in case when I crack it, some shells get in there, it's not in this whole thing with the butter and sugar. So I'm just gonna crack it in this small little bowl right here, like that. Wow, that's 1 hand and no shells. That's impressive. That does not happen all the time when I crack eggs with 1 hand, but I got it good on first try. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in here, and then go ahead and crack our other egg. Hang on, I'll be back. So I went ahead and cracked in our other egg like I mentioned, and now it's time to put in our vanilla, and then we're just gonna whisk this all together. So for our vanilla, we're just gonna use 1 teaspoon. Usually sometimes I like to add more because vanilla is so good in baking dishes. But for this recipe, I'm just gonna add the amount that it's said to do. So yeah. Okay, sorry, I don't know what's gonna do. I was like zoned out for a minute. But anyways, we're just gonna whisk this together, and then yeah. So I'm just gonna whisk it for a few seconds here just to show y'all, and then I'll show y'all when everything's all whisked together. So hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. But anyways, comment down below what type of other content you would like to see besides cooking and baking videos, since like the holiday seasons is coming up. So there's a lot of like ideas that I have in mind, but I would also like to hear y'all's opinions on what to post on here. Okay, so now that everything seems to be like all whisked together, we're gonna go ahead and stir in our flour and our baking soda. So here's all of our flour. Y'all can add it gradually, but I tend to not put it in gradually. Like every time I put it in gradually or I just put it in whole, it literally does not make a difference. Sometimes I put it in gradually and sometimes I just pour the whole thing in. But anyways, now our baking soda, and then we're just gonna stir this all together and then yeah, go to our next step. So if y'all can see, I'm just making sure everything's well incorporated, and I'll be back to show y'all what it should look like before we put in our... So our next step will be folding in our mashed bananas until combined. So I'll be back with that step. Okay, so I have everything all combined. So now our next step is going to be adding in our mashed bananas. So we're just gonna fold in our mashed bananas and then until everything's all combined. And then this is basically the last step, but not really the last step. But anyways, I'll just show you all what we're gonna do next, obviously. But anyways, I'm just gonna fold them in with this whisk. Not whisk it, but you know, just fold it. Make sure everything's combined. Oops, that almost spilled. But anyways, I will be back. Okay, so for basically our last step, we're gonna be sorry, y'all are kind of crooked here, but anyways, for basically our last step is gonna be pouring in our batter mixture into our greased loaf pan. And yeah, so I'm just gonna pour all of this into our loaf pan like so. I'll be with y'all in a minute, but yeah, just make sure everything's all out of the bowl, and then yeah, I'll be with y'all in a minute. Okay, so I poured all of our batter mixture into this loaf pan, and then we're gonna go ahead and bake for 60 to 70 minutes. But like I mentioned earlier in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the oven later and bake it later, closer to when my mom is coming home from work. So I'll be sure to show y'all the end result. And yeah, so hey guys, so I just decided to switch y'all around so y'all get like a better point of view of the batter in my loaf pan. But anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and show y'all the instructions and the ingredients so y'all can screenshot it, and then I'll also be sure to put it in the description down below. I think this is the last talking part in this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and do like my whole outro, but the actual end is gonna be me showing you this banana bread once it comes out of the oven and cooled down, and once we like cut into it. But anyways, here's the ingredients so y'all could screenshot this. I'll be sure to leave this on for like a couple seconds just so y'all have time to screenshot it. But so here's the ingredients with our measurements, and then the what it's talking about next to it. And then here's our ingredients. So yeah, So I'll be sure to leave this on for a few seconds, and then I'll be sure to, you know, put it in the description like I mentioned. Hopefully that gave y'all enough time. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. But be sure to be genuine if you like happen to come across my channel. Just check out the content before, you know, actually subscribing, so y'all aren't like unsubscribing and then subscribing and then unsubscribing like the very next day or just right after. Just be genuine, and also share this video with others. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but if I did, apologies for repeating myself, but see y'all in the next video.